Hey guys and girls, welcome to this video. Abaketone Borike here. And if you're here, then I hope you like, share, and subscribe because we are going to review my updated Ancestry DNA ethnicity results. So, that being said, like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for being here. I am Puerto Rican. I am from the island of Puerto Rico. It used to be called Boriquen, but it's called Boriquen too. It is also called Boriquen, which in reality, it most likely should be the official name. However, it is what it is, right? So I am Puerto Rican, right? Puertorriqueño. But I also consider myself Boricua upon knowing that I have Taino or Boricua indigenous ancestry. So I am Puerto Rican. Do I see it in my phenotype? I do see it. Do I see the European side in my phenotype? Of course. I'm super hairy, and you know, we can see it in our phenotype, the mixes that we present, right? But the point is that we can still see evidence of Taino features in our faces, which we are Puerto Rican. So, Ancestry DNA update. It was today, and I saw it and I said, oh, let me react to it. But before reacting to it or before making this video, I had a little glimpse of it and it was pretty interesting. So I kind of want to react to it with you guys. So if you don't mind, let's go and check it out and let's react to my DNA. And here we have the page. I'm gonna have some things covered, or I'm gonna at least try to. But if we look at the page and we observe here, it says origins, regions. And here it says my name and then ancestral regions. And here it says 2025 update origins. 2025 origins update. In our most ambitious update ever, we've added 68 new updated European regions so you can explore your roots with unprecedented detail. Cool. Let's check it out. You and me. So here we can see the map, and let's go little by little if I can. So the first one that pops up in this list, it says Iberian Peninsula. And like I said, and I know, well, and we always used to say that as well, that we were Spanish or something like that. So that being said, Iberian Peninsula. So here we see it says Azores or Azores. And I wonder where is that. We're gonna click on it soon, or if I didn't click on it right now. But we're gonna click on that. Should I click on it? No, let's just keep checking it out. It says Azores 15%. So Azores, what is that? Extremadura or something like that? It could be. Because I know some of my ancestry, and I know that it's most likely that some of the Spanish people that are my ascendants could be totally from Extremadura. So let's keep on checking on this list. and I'm gonna react to it. Azores, I don't know what is that, but it sounds pretty cool. Azores, and it says 15%. 15% of myself comes from Azores. Wow, that's a lot, right? And then it says northern Spain. Look, it all says new, new, new. Check it out. Northern Spain, 9%. That's interesting. That's crazy. I'm Puerto Rican, by the way. Spain, 7%. That's like general Spanish or something like that. Iberian, most likely, perhaps. And then Basque, 2%. I thought it was more Basque than that. It is possible that some of that is part of the Basque ethnicity that I was from, that my ascendant could be. And look, it says Madeira. Oh, você fala a língua portuguesa. Eu acho que sim. So here we got Madeira. Then most likely they speak. Oh, I gave out some of the results, but it's okay. So Madeira, and then this all, I don't know how much this sums, but it looks like a lot. If you can see, it's a lot from the Iberian Peninsula. So it's most likely that it's Spain and Portugal at the same time. And that's pretty interesting. And we're gonna check that out probably here or not. Let's just do another reaction for that one. Most likely, I could, but let's make this one. Let's just try to make this one quicker. But look, Puerto Rico. See, I'm Puerto Rican, right? Look, it says Cuba. What? Like when I'm reacting to it, like Puerto Rico from, so supposedly from the Ancestry DNA results, and this is presenting Puerto Rico 23%, which from the previous update, it's like 3% more, including this Cuba result, which I never knew. So this update could be pretty interesting, and it's actually pretty interesting if you're seeing what I'm seeing right now with this thing with Indigenous Americas. So I'm Caribbean, and apparently as of this video, I am 24% added Indigenous Americas. That's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. That is an upgrade. That is an update, right, to the last results. So that's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. Let's just click on that one to see what comes out. If there's some type of a update. Well, there's no interesting. Let's see this. There's nothing. Let's move the bubble this way. So Puerto Rico, right? Boom. Boriquén. De la Isla del Encanto. So anyways, we move forward. And apparently I'm about 24% Native American, which is called a castizo. So if you want to know what's most likely the definition and the description of a castizo, they used to say in the Spanish journals that the castizo category appeared most similar to the mixture of 25%. The mixture between Moros and Spanish, or Spanish and Arabs. So that means that it's true because a lot of people say, "Oh, you look like you're some type of like if I was from Marruecos, right?" But if you look at me closer, you will notice that I have noticeable indigenous features, and it is most likely within my eyes. And I have high cheekbones too. People from Morocco, they have prominent cheekbones. People from Morocco. But what I noticed was that although they may have it more prominent than myself, they don't have it higher than myself. It is most likely that they have super prominent cheekbones, like natives, but they're not as high as a Puerto Rican because Puerto Ricans are stemming from Native Americans who are from the Caribe, who are Caribbean, Taino, Arahuaco, Arawak, Boricua. And let's move forward. That's pretty cool. I don't know how much this one sums up to, but this one is definitely 24%, which definitely makes me castizo. Wow, and that's super cool. So that makes me pretty happy. I'm super happy. Like, I'm more native now than I used to be from this test. But from the other test, from Genome Link, it said that I was around almost 20, like almost 27% Indigenous American. So here, it's most likely going more towards that result, towards that conclusion from Genome Link. But it is most likely that the one from Genome Link, it could be more exact to what I'm thinking right now of my genetic composition, which should be around these margins of indigenous Boricua. Because look, my skin, I'm not totally light colored, if you can see, but I'm very hairy for sure, having Spanish ancestry and from Portugal, all those people with those hairy chested people, of course, of course, Italian like people, but I'm also indigenous, partially, and that's pretty cool. Whatever the mixture and whatever the phenotype I may present, I can still see indigenous phenotypes in my face and in the faces of modern day Puerto Ricans. So let's finish this video now. Oh look, West Africa. Let's check it out now. Let's check out that one too. So it says West Africa, 3% Senegal, 2% Benin and Togo, Mali 2%, and Nigeria 2%. I wonder if this is the total because it used to be around 15%, and now it's like, look, 3, 2, 2, 2, 9%. Sub-Saharan Africa. It makes sense though. It would make kind of more sense to be more onto this side of like, oh, no charge. It would make more sense that I'm more to the, to the 9% in this case, sub-Saharan than what they had me in 15%, because even though I do have wavy hair, it's straight and wavy, so it's not curly, it's not curled, but it's straight, but it's wavy too. So it's not like Asian dead, but some Native American. Oh, what is happening here? I'm so sorry, but wait 1 second. Wait. Okay. I'm gonna pause it. And I'm back, and I'm sorry. I was receiving an important call, but we're back, and I don't remember exactly what I was totally saying because I I'm still thinking about that call. But nonetheless, 9% sub-Saharan African. From what I know now, it makes total sense. Oh, and I remember what I'm gonna say. Some native, some native Caribbeans and some Native Americans and some South Native Americans may present exactly wavy hair, and I've seen it. Some of the natives, whom are pure, can present this phenotype of wavy hair. So if you have wavy hair, not necessarily curled up, but they could have it also curled, depending on the hair care that they practice. But going back to that, the ethnicities that I have that are from my DNA results are from South Europe. So that would mean that a lot of people from these regions are some of the most people that would then present European hair that is also or wavy or curly. So dead Asiatic hair is not always a European trait, is what I'm trying to say. So the fact that a lot of Puerto Ricans have curly hair or wavy hair, well, that depends more on the type of European ethnicities that we are presenting within our ethnic composition. So in this case, if I let my hair long, I can comb it and it's gonna look like if it's dead and straight, but then in like 2 hours, it's gonna go back to being wavy. That's just how my hair is. But people are not gonna say, "Oh, your hair is like sub-Saharan." No, it's still categorized as European-like, and it's also native-like, especially Caribbean, especially South, North, South American. And anyway, going back to these results, we have observed a very good amount of the Spanish here and the Portuguese. We have observed a good amount of these results whom are Indigenous Americans, Indigenous Americas, and is an ethnicity that I present as a Puerto Rican, since I am Boricua. Yo soy Boricua, pa que tú lo sepas. So anyways, let's see here. And then if we move further down, it says Celtic. Oh, I just saw more African. I wonder why. So I don't know, but why do they divide it? But we're gonna see in a few seconds right now. But we're looking at Celtic and Gaelic. That's pretty cool. From central Scotland and northern Ireland. That sometimes appears and then it disappears from the updates, so I'm not sure what to think of this. But if I can say an answer, it's one is that Spanish people already carry some of these ethnicities, and that some of these people actually went to Puerto Rico in one of these migrations from La Real Cédula de Gracia. But 6% Gaelic, it would make sense that I'm more of the northern type of Spanish. Could be. But in the end, it's all admixed. So whether I am or not, I am and I'm not. So anyways, Central. Oh, it's because it's Central Africa, and this is like West Africa. So 3%, so 9. So see, it's still like almost the same. So 15% sub-Saharan Africa. Well, I might have an African ancestor like 7 generations down the line, and the rest of them have ancestry of that too, but it's most likely not the lineage, and this most likely like twice as much as indigenous Puerto Ricans that there are of the sub-Saharan variety. So Jewish, what the hell? I, I mean, what? Like, this is the first time that I'm seeing this. Well, let's just see what I'm Ashkenazi Jewish. You have to understand the previous update. It had me like about 2% Jewish only, like only 2%. So I was like, oh, then I'm not that Jewish. Uh, then right, then I'm not that Jewish. But look at it right here. Okay, I'm gonna. It's just that I'm just a little bit shocked. But let's look at it. Sephardic Jews in the Eastern Mediterranean. Eastern Mediterranean. Sephardic Jews in the Eastern Mediterranean. So that's like Italian, right? Or Greek. And Sicilian. Phoenician? I mean, I don't know. Carthage. I mean, this is saying Sephardic Jews, but I'm just thinking things randomly, but because I don't know exactly. But my ancestry does allude to Sephardism within my ethnicities, and here we're finally seeing that evidenced right here. Finally, in this 2025 update of Puerto Rican ancestry, and that one being me, Abaquetone Borique. And then look, Sephardic Jews in the Eastern Mediterranean. Whoa, Shalom. That's Shalom Malakiam. Then, I mean, I don't know. Yada, yada, yada. Sephardic Jews in Northern Africa. Sephardic Jews in Northern Africa. So, what does that mean totally? Like, and then Ashkenazi Jews in Eastern Europe and Russia. And that's like lesser than 1%. And now Ancestry DNA is presenting fractions. And then, oh, what the hell? This is the first time I'm seeing this again with you. What the hell? I'm sorry. What in the heavens? Southern, Eastern England, and Northwestern Europe. This could be Germanic or something like that. But I'm not sure what it is. I'm gonna for sure. I'm gonna investigate that. And you know it. And then what? It just keeps going on. It just keeps going. What's this? Devon and Somerset. In part two, I'm gonna check what Devon, and Somerset is. But oh, it's England, right? Wow, I'm just wow. So that's about 3% of my DNA. How I can probably come up with an answer, but right now I'm just gonna concentrate on how shocked I am for real. And then that's like 3%. Look at that. Okay. In general, I've had like 10 of these updates, and they all say I'm around 60% European. So being Puerto Rican, remember I'm also about 60% European. Some Puerto Ricans with high Taino ancestry and also with high African ancestry may only be about 40% European. But I am about 60% of that. So if you thought that that Puerto Ricans were Spanish, then I'm only about 30% Spanish, uh, as of all of the results that I have received. So let's check it out, right? Whoa, what's this? Northern Africa. Whoa, and it just keeps going. Okay, let's just reveal it. Okay, whoa, Northern Africa 3%. Morocco, like Guanche and Berber, Amazi, Imazigan. So I don't speak that, but you know what I'm saying. I am Amazi, which is people don't like to say Berber, but that's one way to denote the ethnicity. If you really don't know, then Berber, and that means that from the Canary Islands, if you can imagine, people from the Canaries are about 20% of this. So if I have ancestry from the Canary Islands, right? If I have it, then you can multiply 3 by whatever number, and if it reaches 20, that number is how many generations down I had a real Canarian ancestor. So it's 3, 6, 9, and then that times 2 is 6. Then somewhere around that number, because it's not like that perfectly. Like this ancestry can come from different, from different groups and migration patterns. So, anyways, if I would be around 3%, then somewhere around 6 generations down the line, I have a Canarian ancestor, or somewhere around that number. And then, look at this: Western Europe, Western Europe, Southern Germanic Europe. So this could be. I'm not saying that this is from Spain. I could have some sort of a American, USA American entry into my gene pool somewhere around late 1800. But I don't know. I don't know what to think about that one. But this could also be from straight from these Ashkenazi Jews. Like, for instance, if you saw some of the Ashkenazi Jews, then some Ashkenazi Jews are not entirely Ashkenazi Jews. Some Ashkenazi Jews are about half Western, Germanic. I mean, some Ashkenazi Jews are Western European, is what I'm trying to say, and Central, and some of them are Russian. And if you can see here, it says Eastern Europe and Russia. So this is a really long reaction video. I really hope you enjoyed it. This is 2025 and we are in October. It's gonna be October 14 tomorrow. It's October 13 today at 8:27 p.m. So in the afternoon. So guys and girls, go and like this video right here if you like my reaction. I didn't expect much of what came out, and still don't know exactly what to say. I do know what to say, but it's time only for the reaction only, and not to think of everything through like I always do. But nonetheless, however, you can see that I'm gonna sum it up, and it's still most likely gonna come out at about 60% European, most likely, and then about 24% indigenous of Puerto Rico, and then about 15% sub-Saharan African. So as of that calculation, it's most like it's gonna come out like 60 something percent European. It could be, but I'm Puerto Rican. So, ooh, interesting. So, this is Awaketone Borike. My reaction video to my DNA update results. And I hope you like this video. And I'll see you pretty soon. Goodbye.